I was just reading my favorite Nancy Drew book, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. I'm Kathleen O'Connell. I'm an independent filmmaker, and I'm working on a documentary about the history and cultural impact of the famous girl sleuth Nancy Drew. And I need your help to finish the film. The first Nancy Drew book came out in 1930, and she has endured in print, TV, comic books, even video games. As a kid, I read and reread again every Nancy Drew book I could get my hands on. I admired her curiosity, her tenacity, her grit, and it's no coincidence that those are all qualities that have really helped me as a filmmaker. Speaking of film, check out this little trailer while I finish this chapter. Nancy recalled that it was sometimes possible to pick a lock with a wire.
The first book I ever read all in one day was a Nancy Drew book.
This was my first Nancy Drew. I devoured it. Then I noticed that it was number 14. I'm like, well, where's the other 13?
When you read the books, it just keeps you guessing what's going to happen next. And, like, how on earth does she solve all these mysteries?
The title I really remember is The Secret in the Attic. I don't remember what the secret was.
First of all, The Hidden Staircase. After reading a couple of Nancy Drew books, I wanted to be Carolyn Keene.
The story of Nancy Drew is really one about the changes in American womanhood in the early 20th century.
There is something in reading Nancy Drew and saying, I could be on the Supreme Court.
Nancy was about the only girl who was out there doing things.
39-1, go ahead.
You can show me in service, please. It was this message that anything's possible, and if she can do it, you can too.
Nancy Drew for 100, please.
She sort of leaped into that icon status.
Nancy Drew is just a powerhouse and a phenomenon.
My idea of heaven was a sugar daddy and a new Nancy Drew book. And truthfully, I still think that's a fantastic combination.
To tell the story of Nancy Drew, we had to become sleuths ourselves. Did you know that in the past, Nancy Drew books were not welcome in some libraries? Or that, spoiler alert, author Carolyn Keene is not a real person? Well, actually, Carolyn Keene is a bunch of different people, and the film will fill you in on that mystery. Now, as to why I'm doing this Kickstarter. Last year, we received a grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities that provided the funding we needed to finish the entire film. But this spring, due to events beyond our control, our grant was canceled, leaving us stranded halfway to the finish line. Now, you're thinking, that sounds like a cliffhanger in a Nancy Drew book. The good news is, all the filming is done and paid for. But we still have to edit, license stock footage and photos, create more of the gorgeous animation you saw in the preview, pay for distribution, insurance. All of this was supposed to be covered by the grant that went away, which is why we need your help. One of our interviewees said it took 2 Hardy Boys to solve their mysteries, but just 1 Nancy Drew. That's true. But I'm going to need all of you to help solve this one. Please support Nancy Drew, the case of the American icon, with your donation to our Kickstarter campaign. Thank you.